word curry evokes mystic and exotic emotions for many non-Indians. But for an Indian, it is just an oversimplified term that represents a varied range of dishes. Hello, I'm Ven Paturi and welcome to our beginner series on Indian cooking on Eats India. Today, we are going to prepare a very simple chicken curry accompanied by a flatbread called Chapati. We're going to start marinating the chicken, for which we are going to first prepare ginger garlic paste. I have an inch of ginger, 2 cloves of garlic that I ground together to get about 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste. Now we are going to take 1 pound of chicken that I'm going to cut into 1-inch size pieces. So here I have the cut chicken, to which now I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1/2 teaspoon of cumin powder, ground cumin powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, the ginger garlic paste that we made earlier, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And now we're going to mix this together. Marination is one of the most important cooking techniques used to meat. It tenderizes the meat and also adds flavor to it. Mix it well with your fingers and then set to marinate for about 30 minutes in the refrigerator. Now we're going to chop 2 medium-sized onions. It should give you about 1.5 cup of chopped onion. Chop 2 tomatoes. Same thing, about 1.5 cup of chopped tomatoes. 1 chopped green chili. 1/2 inch of peeled and finely chopped ginger. 1 teaspoon of chopped ginger. Then we're going to mince some garlic. Now, ginger garlic go extremely well with all kinds of meats. There's hardly any meat and chicken dish that's cooked without ginger and garlic in it. And then finally, chopped a 1/4 cup of cilantro. Now that all our ingredients are ready, we are going to start with making the curry. We're going to heat a pan on medium-high heat and then add 3 tablespoons of oil. You require a lot of oil for this dish because you want the onions and the tomatoes and the spices, which in India they call the masala, to cook well. Our oil is hot, so we're now going to add a teaspoon of cumin. You can hear them crackle and splutter. That's a good sign. Then you're going to add chopped green chili. Add our chopped garlic, ginger. Ginger and garlic look slightly brown and fragrant. So now we're going to add chopped onions. Let this cook for about 3 to 5 minutes until they turn to a nice light golden brown color. Make sure you stir the onions around so they cook evenly and don't burn. Our onions now have a nice golden brown color, so we are going to add 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1/2 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of coriander powder, and then 1/2 teaspoon of cumin powder. Our spices have bloomed for a few seconds here, so now we're going to add the chopped tomatoes. Sprinkle 1/2 teaspoon of salt and let it cook until it's soft. Always check the seasoning to your taste. Here we're going to cook the mixture to a nice gravy using an Indian technique called bhunav, wherein little amounts of water is added to ingredients to cook until they break down and turn into a saucy mixture. The addition of water also prevents the ingredients from getting burnt. Our tomato, onion, and spice mixture is starting to come together and dry out a little bit, so we are going to add a little more water and brown it again until it starts to form a nice thick gravy. Our mixture has started to thicken, it's changing color, drying out a little bit, breaking down, and you'll see that the oil will start separating from the mixture. We are going to now add a 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala powder. Now, garam masala, literally meaning hot spices, is a ground spice blend. It has many versions and is used sparingly to enhance the flavor of any dish. Now, we are going to add the marinated chicken to this. Saute the chicken. You will start to see the chicken discolor and turn a pale yellow and start to get a little sear on some of those pieces. About 2 to 3 minutes. Sauteing and searing helps the chicken retain the juices, and you will end up with a nice succulent piece of chicken in the curry. Now we're going to add about a cup of water. Reduce the heat to a medium-low. Cover and cook for about 12 minutes. The chicken curry has been simmering for about 12 minutes now, and the kitchen smells amazing. So we're going to give it a check. Oh, it just looks wonderful. The gravy looks nice and thick. The chicken looks tender and cooked. So now we are going to add a 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro. Cook for another minute or so. Now transfer it to a dish and serve. Your chicken curry is ready. Wheat grain, like rice, is one of the main staples in India and is eaten by millions of households on a daily basis. Today, we are going to prepare an unleavened bread called chapati. So let's get started. I have here 2 cups of whole wheat flour, to which I'll add 1 teaspoon of salt and mix it well. Next, I'm going to gradually add water, starting with about 1/2 cup. And mixing the flour and water into a dough. Looks like we need a little more water, so we are going to add another 1/4 cup of water and knead it together. The mixture will be very sticky initially, but as the proteins develop in the flour, it will come together to form a nice dough. So keep kneading for about 3 to 4 minutes until the dough is soft yet stiff to touch. You can see that our dough is coming together and isn't sticky anymore. So we are going to shape the dough, cover the bowl with a wrap, and then set the dough aside for about 30 minutes to rest. Our dough has been resting for half an hour now, so we are going to portion the dough into plum-sized balls and set it aside. Sprinkle some flour on the balls so that they don't dry out. Just a little bit. Roll the balls into discs of 6-inch width and about 1/8 inch in thickness. It's okay if your chapatis don't roll out round, but make sure that they are even thickness. Sprinkle some dry flour as you roll your chapati so that it doesn't stick and fold over. If it does, then gently reshape it back, sprinkle a little flour, and then keep rolling. We are now going to heat a griddle on high flame, dust off the chapati lightly of excess flour, and place the chapati on the griddle to cook. You will start to see small bubbles appear on the chapati as it cooks. Cook for about 1 minute and flip it over. You can see those small brown spots on the cooked side. This is when you're going to add a few drops of oil, smear it, flip it over, and cook until the chapati is well done on both sides. Our chapati looks done, so we are going to remove it onto a serving plate. Finish rolling the remaining chapatis and cooking them, and then we are ready to serve our chapatis. So our chicken curry and chapati are now ready. I'm going to serve myself some chicken curry with gravy and some chapati. Let's give it a taste. The chicken looks tender and well cooked, and the gravy is rich. Delicious. Well, the chicken is so succulent. And the flavors are amazing. So there you have it, from our kitchen to yours. Chicken curry and chapati. Until next time, namaste, and thank you for watching Eats India.